welcome back everyone. Cosette here to lead you through another mobility class. Today we're going to focus on shoulder mobility. Okay, so essentially optimizing, improving the active, functional range of motion that you have around your shoulders. Okay, we'll include the shoulder, shoulder girdle, shoulder blades, all this stuff. So as we move through class, just to remember that you want to take things that you feel really stable and strong in. Okay, this should be pain-free, and just skip any parts that don't quite serve you today. We'll need a dowel as a prop, a dowel that's wider than shoulders. If you don't have a dowel, you could always use a scarf or a towel to hold on to, or just using this prop to provide some feedback and to engage a little more through the sequences. So you can just have your dowel, your towel or scarf set aside. And yoga blocks are always great to have as well to support you or to raise the floor. We'll begin today standing. Now simply stand with the feet about hip width distance apart, and keeping your feet parallel to each other. Starting easy. Okay. Knees might soften a touch, arms could be loose at your sides. Use just enough effort to be tall, okay, to keep the curves of your spine. Okay, spending a few breaths here. Okay, practice breathing through the nose. Can you breathe three-dimensionally, evenly? Just maintain as steady of a rhythm as you can. Okay, moving on. We'll segment different parts of the body, different joints, okay, to assess and see what your range of motion is like today. Okay, beginning with the neck. Take your chin down towards your chest. Then turn the chin towards your right shoulder. Okay, try not to move the shoulders. Okay, then start to bring the chin up. You're going to lean your head back, gaze towards the ceiling. Move your chin slowly across to the left shoulder, and then bring it down to your chest. Okay, essentially, we're making circles. Okay, just isolate the neck, turning your chin to the right again. Don't let the shoulders turn too. Bring your chin up, head leans back perhaps a bit more. Chin across to the left shoulder and to the chest. And then switch directions, turning your chin to the left. Bringing it up, start to draw a big circle with the chin leading. Take it across to the right, down to the chest. One more time this way. Okay, your pace, keep it smooth and slow with control. Okay, when your chin is down again, look forward. Okay, roll the shoulders up, back, and down a couple times. Okay, then the other way a couple of times. Okay, shoulders away from ears. Okay, if you have the dowel or a scarf or towel, just grab that here. We're going to hold the dowel with hands wider than shoulders. You could kind of grip the ends of the dowel or place your hands at the very end, so you squeeze it in to keep it in place to engage a little more through the chest. Okay, so now we'll take the shoulder blades into some circular motions. Your shoulder blades are able to rise and elevate. They could depress and move down, as well as move inward or retract, and move outward, protract. Okay, so we'll take them through those different positions. Okay, so starting with arms forward, out like a V, okay, wider than shoulders. Kind kind of squeeze the dowel or grip it tightly, keeping arms long, okay, without moving anything else in the body. Okay, can your shoulder blades begin in a more quote-unquote neutral position? Okay, shimmy into it. Okay, now we're going to elevate shoulder blades, lifting them. The shoulders will shrug. Okay, now pull your shoulder blades back and in towards each other. Retract. Press the shoulders down, depress, then protract shoulder blades away from each other. Just allow the dowel to move in space. Again, elevate shoulder blades, then move them in towards each other. Press down, then they move apart. Okay, now we're just gonna reverse. Let's pull shoulder blades in towards each other. Okay, let them elevate and rise. Move them apart or protract, then press down. Once more, retract shoulder blades in. They kind of squeeze in towards the spine. Elevate up, protract apart, and press them down. Okay, alright, so now you could place your prop down, relax arms. Okay. Getting a little deeper into the shoulder joint. We'll create circles, big circles with the arms. So let's stand with right foot a little in front of the left foot. Okay, feet about hip width side to side. Okay, we're choosing this stance to actually help keep your hips facing forward, to not let your torso twist while we're trying to isolate the right arm. Okay, so you can just have left arm long at your side, push through the feet. Okay. Right arm at your side body too. Okay, your palm is facing in. Okay, begin to reach your right arm forward and up to the ceiling. Okay, when your arm is at the top, turn your palm out so your palm is away from you. Yes. Okay, then begin to move your arm back. Keep the palm facing away. Okay, your arm goes back and down. Return it to your side. Your palm is still facing away from you. Okay, let's reverse, reaching your right arm back. Okay. Then start to bring the arm up. You can let your palm turn in and bring the arm forward and down with control. Okay, notice if your torso wants to twist, okay, your torso is going to want to turn, especially to the right, to make a bigger circle with the arm, but don't compromise. Okay, keep your left side hugging back. Try it again. Your right palm is facing in. Reach the arm forward and up. Turn your palm out away from you. So you create more of an internal rotation in the shoulder. Bring your right arm back. Keep your left side back. We'll meet with your right arm down at your side, palm facing out. Okay, reverse, right arm back. Okay, it starts to move up. You can turn your palm in, then forward and down with the arm. Okay, and now let's switch legs, left leg in front of the right. Okay, try to keep the headlights on the front of your hips facing, shining forward. Okay, as you make these circles with your left arm now, don't let your torso turn with the arm. Okay, if you need to make a smaller circle, that's better. Okay, arms at your sides, palms face in. Okay, left arm forward and up. At the top, turn your palm away from you, beginning to internally rotate the shoulder. Bring your left arm back and down. Your palm is facing out with the arm at your side. Then reverse. Left arm back. Reach it up. Don't turn the torso. Your left palm can face in. Then bring the arm forward and down. Okay, without moving anything else in the body. Okay, let's try it again. Left arm forward and up. Turn your palm out away from you. Reach the arm back and down. Keep your palm facing away. Good. Then reverse. Left arm back. Breathe. Take the arm up. Palm turns in at the top. Then bring the arm forward and down. Okay. All right, you can step your right foot forward. Okay, and then just have your feet about hip width again. And take some motion, movement through the middle spine. Okay, just check out the range of motion in your middle back. Okay, we'll need to keep arms, wrists or forearms crossed in front of the chest. Okay, can you keep everything from hips down, really the waist down, solid, stable, and still? Okay, we're going to bring the spine into flexion, which is a little bit of rounding forward. We'll also take some extension, which is like a back bend. Also rotating and lateral flexion, bending side to side. Okay, just listen close for cues. Okay, moving with control. Okay, start in more of a neutral position, shoulders down. Okay, bring your spine into flexion. Okay, just gently rounding the upper body forward. Okay, try not to move the hips. Okay, now rotate. Turn your torso, your chest to the right. Okay, side bend to the right. You feel your left side lengthen. Then extending the spine, you're gonna lift your chest, lift behind the spine. Rotate to the left. Side bend left. Then just round forward into flexion again. Okay, this direction again, rotate right. Okay, side bend right. Extending up here, lift the chest. Rotate to the left as much as you can. And then side bend left, flexion forward. Okay, reverse, rotate left, bend left, extending, lift the chest, rotate right. Okay, to the best of your ability, side bend right, and flexion forward. One more time, rotate left, bend left, extending, lift your chest, rotate right, bend right, and return to flexion where you started. And release, arms down. Okay. For the lower limbs, let's just take feet together. Okay, bend your knees as much as you can while keeping the feet firmly planted. Hands could be light on thighs or relax them down. Stir your knees around. Okay, making circles. Okay, and as we take all of these circular motions, these rotations in the body, feel the rhythms in the body. Okay, the way things are connected, how they affect each other, how they work together. Okay, go the other way a few times too. And then just straighten your legs. Okay, lift your toes. Spread your toes wider apart and relax them down. Again, lift your toes, try to spread them wide, relax them down. Okay. Mountain pose next. Feet could stay together, or if you prefer a hip width stance, take that. Stand with intention. Just feel energy rising through the body, helping you to be tall, gathering strength from the ground. Okay, continue to breathe through your nose. Okay, now reaching arms overhead, really take up space. Bring hands to heart center. And again, arms reaching up, hands to heart. Okay, one more time, reach arms to the ceiling. And let's take a forward fold, bending your knees on the way down. Place hands on your mat. Okay, first time folding, okay, maybe for you today. So Okay, with the knees softer, you can lessen tugging on the hamstrings. Just rest your head, keep weight in the front of the feet. Okay. Keeping weight forward, take a halfway lift. Okay. Chest is reaching forward past your toes. Okay. If you need, press palms against the shins, shoulders back away from ears. Okay. Fold again, hands down. Another halfway lift, chest forward. Okay, let's come into tabletop next. Okay, so here from tabletop, making sure that hips are over the knees and shoulders are over the wrists. Keep fingers spread apart. We'll try some scapular push-ups, okay, or shoulder blade push-ups. Okay, we explored the ways that the shoulder blades could move not too long ago. We're gonna work with retraction and protraction again. Okay, moving shoulder blades in towards each other or towards the spine and then away from the spine. Okay. Pressing through the hands, just look ahead of fingertips. Okay. Allowing your shoulder blades to slowly move in towards each other. Keep the arms straight. Your chest kind of sinks down. Now press your shoulder blades apart, push through hands, shoulder blades wrap around you. Okay, low belly intact. Again, shoulder blades move in towards each other, retracting. Then can you smoothly broaden them apart? Shoulder blades protract. Okay. Keep your neck stable. Again, shoulder blades move inward, then away from each other. One more time, shoulder blades in, then shoulder blades apart. Keep the shoulder blades in this protracted position. Remember this feeling anytime you're in weight-bearing poses, okay? Like tabletop, high plank, even in downward facing dog. Okay, take another breath here. Okay, and just somewhat relax the shoulders, shoulder blades for a moment. We're gonna bring elbows to the mat. Okay, elbows under the shoulders. Stepping one foot back at a time, go to a forearm plank. Okay, so in this weight-bearing posture, can you move shoulder blades apart? Okay, you can always lower knees to lessen load. If knees are down, they're behind the hips. Push yourself away from the mat. Look between wrists or thumbs. Okay, hug elbows in. Push them through the ground. One more breath. Okay, if legs are straight, lower the knees gently. Then lower the hips too. Okay, untuck your toes. And we're just gonna spend some time on the stomach. So you can stack your hands in front of you. Okay, we're gonna have right hand on top of the left first. Okay, rest your forehead down. Okay, and I'll occasionally lift my head just so that you can hear the cues, but for this you want to keep the head on your hands. Yeah, I got this little somatic sequence from Trina Altman. I really like it for activating the back body. So keeping your head down. Okay, just bring awareness to your left leg and raise your left leg. Okay, from the thigh to the toes. Okay, keep the front of your hips anchored to the mat. The pelvis is stationary. As you lift your left leg, try to make it longer than the right. Lower your leg down. And again, lifting your left leg, reach the toes back. Okay, keep it simple. Can you lift the leg using the hamstring? Okay, not pushing down the right leg. Lower the leg down. Okay, now send awareness to your right elbow. Okay, with your head still on your hands, can you lift your right elbow off the floor? Okay, so you kind of lift your little wing that's to your side, lower the elbow down, And again, raise your right elbow. Notice what needs to work to do this action. Lower your right elbow down. Okay, adding on, keep your forehead glued to your right hands. Start to lift your head, right arm and chest into a little back bend. Okay, nothing big. With control, lower your arm and head down. And again, lifting your head with your arm, forehead glued to your hands. Release down. Okay, now we're going to combine opposite arm and leg. So as you lift your head with your arm again, you're extending the spine. You're going to lift left leg as well. Left leg, right arm, and one more breath here. Your neck is smooth. Release. Take a pause, soften hips. Okay, now switching hands, left hand over the right. Okay, just keep your head down. I'll lift mine so you can hear. With your hips staying level, raise the right leg from the thigh to the toes. Reach your toes back. Slowly lower your leg down. And again, lifting your right leg. What needs to engage to do this? Reach your right toes farther back. And release. Okay, now pay attention to your left elbow. Your head is still down. Lifting left elbow off the mat. Okay, feel stuff around your shoulder blade working. Lower your left elbow down. And again, can you lift your left elbow, nothing else? Lower it down. Okay, you might notice each side is a little different. Okay, keeping your forehead glued to your left hand. Lift your head, arm, and chest. And can you use back strength here? Lower down with control. And again, lifting your head with your arm. Release. And then we'll combine opposite arm and leg. Okay, raising your head, left arm, right leg too. Okay, extending the spine. Go for length more than height. One more breath. Release. Okay. From here, bend both knees. Take windshield wiper legs side to side. Swivel the hips. Okay, then extend your legs back. Okay. So if you have a dowel, you're going to need it again. You could also use your towel and hold the ends of the towel or dowel. Okay, so arms are going to be back by your sides. Okay, palms will face up. If you're using a prop, you're going to have the dowel just over your bum, maybe your lower back. Okay, holding near the ends of your prop. Or just keeping palms flat facing the ceiling. Okay. Just practicing shoulder extension. Your head is down. If you need to lift it a little, that's okay. Start to raise your arms towards the ceiling, keeping the arms straight. Try to hold here. In slow motion, lower the arms down. Okay. Still holding the dowel. Again, lifting arms, maybe a little higher. Okay, there should be no pain. Okay, you want to feel strong. In slow motion, lower the arms down. Okay, one more time, lifting arms. Maybe they could be closer to the ceiling. One more breath. Lower arms with control. Okay, and just take a pause. You can set your dowel aside, arms rest at your sides. Turn your head to the right. Okay, left ear on the mat. Drape your shoulders. Okay, make sure your neck is comfortable. If you'd rather look down, you can make a pillow for your head. Just breathe in all directions. The ground provides feedback. Breathe into it. Okay, then look the opposite way. Right ear on the mat. Okay, chin to center. If you have your prop, your dowel or towel, grab it again. Okay, now arms are going to be forward. Okay, so opposite of shoulder extension is shoulder flexion. Okay, when arms move forward and up, into more of an overhead position. Let's try to strengthen that range of motion now. So when arms are forward, we're going to have the palms facing down. Okay, you could hold near the ends of your dowel, hold the ends of the towel. Okay, arms could be wider than shoulders. Okay, looking down here, arms long. Can you lift your arms off the floor? Okay, squeeze that dowel. In slow motion, lower the arms down. Okay. Then again, you're going to raise your arms. And strong through the back, upper back. In slow, slow motion, lower the arms. Okay, and just one more time, lifting arms. Breathing. Okay, as slowly as you can, lower the arms down. Rest here for a second. Set your prop aside. Place hands outside your ribs. Okay, push back to tabletop. And then child's pose. You spent a lot of time on the back or working on the back. So you can press hips towards heels, resting your head down. This pose could be done with arms forward, maybe back by your sides. Okay. Hands by your knees to lift your head and chest. Okay, simply come into a kneeling position. Okay, still focusing on the shoulders. You can stay in this posture, sitting right on the heels, but if you need to stand on your knees instead, that'll do just fine. Okay, so we'll call this action swimmers. Okay, so we're going to bring the arms up, okay, palms facing forward. Okay, so similarly to when we were on the stomach and arms are forward, our palms are facing down, but now they face ahead of you. Okay. Now, can you keep your head where it is, right over your chest? The head is going to want to jut forward, so pull the chin slightly back. Okay. Arms long with energy. Okay. Bend your elbows. Bring hands to the back of the head. Okay. Elbows are wide. Shoulder blades can somewhat move inward. Okay. Notice here if ribs flare up and open. Okay. Rather than back bending, can you knit your front ribs in? Okay. Do your best. Okay. Closing the front core. Now try to hover hands off your head if possible. Then reach the arms up. Okay. Begin to lower your arms closer to your sides. Now turn palms so they face back. We'll extend shoulders, revisiting that by moving arms farther behind you. Keep palms facing back. Elbows rebend, hands to the lower spine, and if you can, hover the hands. Lots of stuff happening here around the shoulder blades. Extend the arms back, smoothly reach arms up. Again, palms face forward, make a V overhead. And bend your elbows, hands behind your head. If you can, hover. If ribs flare open, just consciously hug them in. Breathe. Arms lengthen up. Start to bring them down by your sides. Turn your palms to face back. Try to press your palms on the back wall. Rebend elbows, hands on the lower back. They might hover. One more breath where you are. Yes, arms back. Good, reach them up one more time. Then release arms down. All right, you might need to shimmy a little and roll the shoulders. Lots of work on shoulders. Okay, just a couple more things. Okay, so standing up on the knees if you aren't already. Okay. We'll come into a low lunge, a really short one. So step your right foot forward. Okay, just find stability, making sure you're not aligning legs on a tightrope. No hip width, about hip width side to side. Okay, you're going to take your left arm up, bend your left elbow, bring your hand behind your head, maybe to your upper back. Okay, so I'll mirror you here. The left hand is to your upper back. Okay, the head wants to jut forward, so press it lightly back against your left arm. Okay, then front ribs might want to flare open and up. So take your right arm across the front ribs, gently press the ribs down and in. Then bend upper body slightly to the right. This is like a cow face pose arm, but cut in half and done with more strength rather than clasping hands or binding. Okay, we don't want to rely too much on leverage. Okay, return to center. Let's take the arms wide like a T. An easy vertical twist to the right. Left arm forward, right arm back. Use that rotational strength and energy of the arms to twist. Okay, bring your right arm forward next to left. And you can rest your arms down. Okay, return to standing on the knees, right knee down, and then step left foot forward. Okay, so just a short, simple low lunge. Okay, keep pushing through the feet and through the legs. Okay, take your right arm up, bending the elbow. Your hand might just go to your head or upper back. Press your head against your arm. Right arm across front ribs, kind of bracing, drawing those ribs in, okay, rather than back bending. Then add your side stretch with control to the left. Left hand provides feedback, feeling your breath. Recenter. Take arms wide like a T. Vertical twist left. Okay. And now your right arm is forward, left arm back. Okay. Left arm forward next to right, arms down. And just come to kneeling. Come into any comfortable seated position. Maybe you cross your legs. Okay. And just give yourself some time to relax, okay, to rest. Okay. Find some ease in the shoulders. Okay, the more that you can really strengthen the joints, okay, the less tension or feeling of tightness there should be, because the joint is more engaged, more stable. Alright, so that's it for shoulder mobility today. Hope you feel better than before the session. Please let me know if you have any questions. You could always email me. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my email list if you want a weekly schedule of classes, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.